This is Tom Nunemaker with Capital Discussions. This is my trading update for Monday, September 22nd, 2014. So I'm going to start this off a little differently because I'm going to be doing most of my updates on the website now. So after you log in, you'll be taken to the member home where you'll see a few things, upcoming significant economic events, forum threads, recent articles, things like that. And where you need to go is to classes, and there's only one right now, Kevlar Trades. That's what we're calling this. And this is where I'm going to be doing all my updates. So the Tom's trading updates in our library have been now renamed to Kevlar Trades, and everybody has the tag to see Kevlar Trades because we're making it open for now. Now that'll change at some point, but we're starting out with, we want everybody to see what it's like and give us feedback. So this is where we're going to be updating everything. So these are all the recordings of these videos, like the one you're watching now. And I'm also updating trade videos or images. So in the trade images tab, it defaults to 10 records per page, just so it loads faster. You can filter on the dates, the start and end dates, and hit refresh to reload it. And then this is the latest 10, and I usually put the matrix and the risk graphs for each trade. And then if I do trades, and I'll post the Interactive Brokers screenshots of the trade log. So to see the full version, you just click on it, and that loads it. Now you'll see if you hover over it, watch, there's a arrow here, and also on the left side there's an arrow. This lets you navigate through the pictures, so you can go back and forth to all of them. I guess these bigger ones are filling up my screen, and then you can click X or just away from the image, and that'll take it back to normal. So again, if you want to see this, you just click on it, and there's the full-size image. Click on it again, it goes to the next one, or click away, and it takes you back to the normal view. The trade messages, these are the SMS and email trade messages I send out. So as I get fills, I send out trade messages of what I'm doing, so you can see that in real time. And then I come in here and upload these trade images so you can see what's going on. Any documents that I upload, I put a Greeks adjustments, a cheat sheet on here. I built this years ago, but it's kind of handy to see what different option strategies will affect your Greeks in different ways. I have a discussion tab, so this is kind of like a mini forum. I don't know if this is going to be useful or not, but we'll try it and see how it goes. If you have a question you want to send to me or to Jim, just go to this Ask a Question, type in your subject and your question, hit the button, and it'll go to us. And then notifications, this is if you want to receive the real-time trade notifications. So right now, this is what you'll see if you're not receiving them. And if you want to receive them, you just click the green button, and that will enable it. Now, if you want the SMS messages and you click this button, it'll only work if you go to your profile and fill in the mobile phone number. And it has to be the correct format. So a US phone number can be with the parentheses like this, or it can just be 123 123 1234 like that. An international non-US number has to have a plus, then the country code, then a space, and then the rest of the number like that. So that'd be an international SMS phone number. So again, you would go to your profile, make sure the mobile phone number is filled in where you want these trade messages to be received, then just click the button, and then that'll add you to the list to get those. Now there is a cost for those, so I'm thinking about charging something really small, like $5 a month, if you want to get the SMS messages, because I do have to pay something to get those sent out. Email is obviously free, so while we're kind of in beta, if you will, probably at least for a month, everything's going to be free, except maybe the SMS messages. That's where the trades are. If you go to the library, if you have that Kevlar tag, which everybody does, then you'll see the Kevlar trades in the library. Now the difference between going to classes, Kevlar trades, And what you see in the big library is that these are just filtered. So this is only the Kevlar trades. And you could do the same thing in the library. If you just click on Kevlar trades and hit refresh, that's basically the same thing. That's exactly what you're going to see in that tab. But this may be convenient because it's all in one place. And this is where the trades are going to be with all the trade images, trade messages, etc. You don't have your login. When you go to the member site, you'll see this login page. And you can go click on forgot your password if you already have been getting messages from us. If you don't, you can click on this get a free account. Just fill in the basic information here, click the button, and that'll get you set up for the round table. And just any new accounts in the next month or so, I'll just automatically add you to get that access to the Kevlar trades. Okay, so that's basically how to get this in the future. For now, let's go over the market and see what happened today. We did have a pretty good sell-off. So SPX closed at just over 2010 on Monday, and then 1994 on Tuesday. So that was a 15.9 decline to 1994.50. Russell was a little bit higher. That was 1.5%, down 17, and NDX was 0.94 in between. We are trading the Euro futures options, and the Euro is actually up. So you can see some benefit to trading different types of assets. So that U.S. equities are down, the currencies are up. So that's a little diversification. Here's the volatility. Basically the same pattern we saw for the ES, because this is the ES futures or the SPX. And then this is the VIX and the VIX futures for October, November, December. Now, one interesting thing is that the futures have gotten a little bit closer together, but they're still all parallel, no real risk of backwardation. And even with this big sell-off, to me, the volatility didn't really go up that much. So I think the market's kind of looking at this as maybe just a short-term, some profit taking or something. So if we look at SPX on a little bit longer term, 3 months, you can see we had this failed breakout out of this consolidation range. Let's see if I can draw some lines. How do I do that? Edit chart. Okay. So from about here and here, that range, I would consider that to be consolidation. So we popped out of it and popped right back in. In fact, Joe DiNapoli would almost call those railroad tracks, where you tried to break out and it was immediately rejected, so he would have gone short here, which would have been a good call. But it just fell right back into the consolidation range. So it'll be interesting to see if it just stays in here or if it can go below, say, 1977. That would be pretty bearish for a lot of directional traders. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how it goes. The Euro is here, and you can see it's recovering a little bit right now in the wee hours of the morning. And that's good because we want the trade to go sideways. We're good down to 124, which is quite a distance from here, 400 pips, but it's almost 50 days. So let's take a look at option view and see what that looks like. Okay, let's start with the Euro. I've got the Euro futures options position loaded. We're down 1,100 bucks. Euro's basically flat for the last few days, maybe down a little bit, but time's passing too. So we're at 47 days to expiration. Here's our position, and this time window is shrinking a little bit, so we're back to 96% probability of profit on the trade. Underwater a little bit. An interesting thing, if you look at the gain or loss and then the current value, that's actually what our account will gain when this expires. So we'll gain back the 1,100 we're down, plus the 700 that we'll make in profit at the end, and those two numbers add up to this current value of minus 1818. So when this all expires, this basically will go to 0 instead of minus 1818. So if you're using option review, that's a quick number to see how much is my account going to gain if I expire everything worthless. And that's kind of what we want to do, right? So this is a put credit spread. We just want it all to expire worthless, and we'll keep our $700 profit in 47 days. So that's where we are on this trade. Let's take a look at SPX. Okay, so before we get started on SPX, let me show you the trades I did today. Because the market was selling off, this is about, let's see, 15:30s in the market open, so this is a little bit less than 4 hours into the market. I bought a put spread for my October 16th position as the delta was getting a little bit too positive. And then the market kept selling off, so about 2 hours later, I bought another put spread. I just basically rolled one of my short puts from 1980 down to 1950, so that cut the delta a little bit and extended my downside expiration. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so overall with our SPX trades, we're using about 63,000 of margin, and overall we're down $39. So if you look at if you break them out, the December trade is up 341 and looks like this. If we zoom it in, you can see we're still looking pretty good. Down to, where is this, 1977. So we still have another, a little bit, almost 20 points on the downside to get to the expiration break even. But in 30 days or 44 days, whatever, let's add some more lines. Let's see if we can get to 30. Okay, so this line is 30 days. That break even is way down here at 1893. So quite a distance from here. So that's actually looking pretty good. The trade that expires on the 11th looks like this. That's up 582. It's depressed a little bit because of the volatility. And if we add, what is it, maybe 1 point of volatility, then we get the right line. So the line's pretty flat, and we would actually like it to sell off maybe another 30 points and get kind of in this region. The time's running out on this, 19 days to go. It's at 98% probability of profit at this point. Every day that goes by helps us. So if we sell off some more tomorrow, that'll be okay. We're still nice and flat on this trade. So let's take a look at the one I just put on Friday. A little bit higher strikes. So we actually have an in the money put, the 2000 put. This one's down almost 1,000 and looks like this. So the volatility, you have to crank it up a little bit more. Maybe about there is about right. So here's what our position looks like. This is the position I added the 2 extra put debit spreads. So I have an extra, let's see if we look at it. Okay, so here's the trades that I did for the day. So what did I do? I started out with a 2000 1980. So that would be 2000 1980. So I added another bearish put debit spread here. And then I went on 1980 to 1950. So I added another bearish spread here. And both of those added more negative delta. So you can see right now we are pretty flat. We're 0.24 delta, so we're about 0 delta. Gamma is less than 1. We still have some good theta. Vega is reduced a little bit. Remember, we have this long call that's helping reduce our Vega by about 200, if I remember correctly. So the Greeks are looking pretty good. We're nice and flat. We're actually inside the tent at this point. So if we sell off a little bit tomorrow, I'm not worried about it. Everything's nice and flat. In fact, if you look at our overall delta, we're negative total delta for the SPX. So a little bit of sell-off actually isn't a bad thing. And if you look at the combined position of all of those SPX options, this is what it looks like. So even that's pretty flat. It's, we want the volatility to come out, obviously, but in 19 days, we're going to be up at this line. So we could have some nice profits in the next 3 weeks. We just have to hang in there and keep everything nice and flat. And that's kind of where we are. So I will update you tomorrow, and don't forget to sign up for the website and get on the members site. If you're not logging in, you should. There's some good resources on here every day with the economic calendars. Just do that. And the forum threads that are updated and the recent articles. So these all keep changing all the time, which is good. And if you want to go right to a forum post, you just click on the little arrow here, it takes you right there. So this is also a good place to join meetings. So on the calendar, right about half an hour before a meeting starts, you'll see a join link right over here. Let me see if I can get a little pen drawing thing. Hang on a second. Okay, I think I've got my pen drawing tool thing working. So right about here, you'll see where it says join, and then you just click it and it takes your logged in information and logs you right in. Don't have to fill in any passwords or anything. So it works pretty well. So with that, I will leave you to get a good night's sleep, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks.